You ever wonder what makes some people so resilient? The ones who seem to bounce back from anything, while others kind of get stuck? Well, the secret isn't what you think. It's not about adding more good habits, it's about getting rid of the bad ones. Let's dig into the simple, powerful secret to building real mental strength. We've all been there, right? You're just mindlessly scrolling through your phone and bam! You see that friend. You know the one. Their life looks perfect. The amazing vacations, the perfect family photos, and you can't help but feel that little ping of envy. But here's the thing. That quick scroll, that little eye roll, it feels harmless, but it's not. Researchers have actually found a direct link between envying your friends on Facebook and depression. See, these aren't just random thoughts. They're destructive habits, and they're quietly draining your mental strength day in and day out. So where do these sneaky habits even come from? Well, they're usually rooted in three very specific, very unhealthy kinds of beliefs. These are the beliefs that hold us back and just rob us of our power when life gets tough. Okay, so we're going to break this down into three big categories. The unhealthy beliefs we have about ourselves, the ones we have about other people, and finally, the ones we hold about the world in general. First up, let's talk about ourselves. Look, it's totally normal to feel sad when bad stuff happens, but self-pity, that's a whole different animal. It's when you start blowing up your misfortune, thinking things like, why me? That kind of thinking, it keeps you completely stuck, focusing on the problem instead of ever finding a solution. All right, the second unhealthy belief is all about other people. You know how we say things like, my mother-in-law drives me crazy, or my boss makes me so mad. Well, every time we say that, we're basically handing over the keys. We are giving away our power by acting like we have zero choice in how we react to things. And number three, this one is about the world. A lot of us secretly believe that if we just work hard and be a good person, we deserve success. Like it's some kind of cosmic reward waiting for us. But you know what? Expecting life to be fair is a recipe for disappointment. The world doesn't actually owe us anything. Now, you might be thinking, okay, these are just little thought patterns. What's the big deal? Well, they have huge consequences. And to show you why this is so important, I want to share the story of a therapist named Amy Morin. It's a powerful story that shows why mental strength isn't some nice-to-have luxury. It's an absolute necessity. So at 23, Amy's life looked pretty perfect from the outside. But then, just 24 hours after a celebration, the unthinkable happened. Her mother died suddenly from a brain aneurysm. Just 3 years after that, her husband, who was only 26, died of a heart attack. She eventually found love again and remarried, only to get another devastating blow. Her new father-in-law was diagnosed with terminal cancer. Faced with one loss after another, Amy had this major realization. She knew that just having good habits, like being grateful, wasn't going to cut it. She understood that if she let herself fall into that trap of self-pity or blaming the world, she'd stay stuck forever. To survive, she had to get rid of the bad habits. And that journey, that fight for survival, it led her to this incredible aha moment. It is the simple secret to mental strength. And honestly, it's an idea that changes everything. Okay, here it is. The key is to think of mental strength exactly like physical strength. You can go to the gym every single day, but if you go home and eat nothing but junk food, you're not going to see any results, right? Well, it's the exact same with your mind. You can practice gratitude all you want, but if you're also feeding yourself bad mental habits like resentment or self-pity, you're just canceling it all out. The secret isn't just adding the good, it's removing the bad. Okay, so we get what the bad habits are. But the real question is, how do we actually get rid of them? How do we literally retrain our brains to think in a new way? Well, it starts by actively pushing back against those three unhealthy beliefs we talked about. So to fight back against self-pity, you have to let yourself feel those tough emotions. You have to move through them, not get stuck in them. To fight envy, you stop comparing yourself to everyone else and focus on the only comparison that waters. Are you better than you were yesterday? And finally, to fight that feeling of disappointment, you accept that life isn't fair. And that sounds pessimistic, but it's not. It's actually liberating. It means you're not doomed by your circumstances. Your future is up to you. Of course, there's a catch. None of this works unless you truly, deep down, believe that change is possible for you. Let me tell you about a diabetic patient Amy worked with. He felt totally doomed by his diagnosis. He'd pretty much given up on even trying to manage it. His health was just spiraling. I mean, get this. He was drinking 2 liters of Pepsi every single day. His vision was getting worse, and he'd even lost his driver's license. He knew what he was supposed to do, but he just didn't believe it would make any difference. But then it started with one tiny change. He just swapped his regular Pepsi for Diet Pepsi, and almost immediately his numbers got a little better. That small win created momentum. So then, the nightly ice cream got swapped for a healthier snack. Soon he was on an exercise bike. He started losing weight, his vision actually improved, and suddenly he had a new, bigger goal, getting his license back. That one little step had lit a fire. And that right there, that's the whole point. His entire life turned around because he finally started to believe he could change. And that belief gave him the mental strength to take action. And it all started by giving up one bad habit. One small, totally manageable step. So, I'll leave you with this question. What is one bad mental habit, one unhealthy belief that's holding you back right now? Think about it. And more importantly, what is the one small step you can take, like right now, today, to start giving it up?